you, Heather. Thank you for doing this. This is great, and it's always an honor to be among such amazing women and to be able to meet Kelsey, and I think it's so exciting. You know, when Heather was first telling me about this, you know, putting this event together, we were talking about wardrobe, as we do, because I think as many of you know, almost every important event that I've been at that there's a camera, I'm almost always wearing wardrobe. So, no exception today. And so I was thinking about, okay, because one of the things we talked about was empowerment. So wear something that empowers you. So, you know, I thought, oh, suffragette, and believe it or not, no shock, I have the hat and the crazy shirt and the long skirt because when the city was 100 years old. And then I thought, well, I don't know if that's about it, but that is why I have the sash, to give it a nod to the suffragettes. And then I thought, you know, not everybody really has the ability to exercise the vote. And women of color didn't have a vote 100 years ago. So then I thought about wearing something black and just the sash, which seemed a little dark. Then, of course, there was a lot of other options I thought about, but thank you, COVID, not all of them fit. So that kind of narrowed it down a little tiny bit as well. And then, you know, the outfit actually I'm wearing today is an empowerment because I am wearing shorts, you know, and they are stylish, but they're shorts nonetheless. And there was that little naggy voice in my head that, as a woman who's been out there, whether in politics or in business, how do you look? Does this reflect your age? You know, all these different things. And for that little naggy voice, I was like, yep, I'm wearing shorts today. Gonna own it. You know, but I'm just thinking of the different things, like, you know, you talked about being an activist, and I remember being a teenager, you know, I must have been 16 years old maybe, you know, walking neighborhoods for Osberg. So that's the public interest research group. Every state has one. You're really advocating for the environment. So I guess that empowerment outfit would have been some bleach splattered jeans and a t-shirt. You know, and then I thought of another one. Well, what about the loose t-shirt and the shorts of when I was a young mom and I was going to nurse my kid, regardless of the little ugly stares that I got? That was an empowerment outfit. You know, so I hope that's what I think. That would be great. I know we always talk about fashion and how important it is, and fashion in politics. But fashion has also in some ways been changed for women because, you know, I mean, all I have to do is look back at a bunch of different pictures over the years, right? Even on council, and you go before that with blue and white or anything else, and you would see men dressed fairly casual, right? And then, can you do that? Can you get away with jeans? And I think, you know, we spend so much time having to think about that. And even if we don't personally, that's what gets talked about. And I realize that we all have a place to play. And so that is one of them for me, is kind of taking that back. That, you know, it was okay that I was the only woman that was wearing a dress when we sat there and flipped the dirt for cannery. That's okay. But I noticed all the other women felt like they had to wear a pantsuit. You know, so there's these subtleties that I think anytime we have a voice, we have to actually start talking about and engaging on and making sure that people feel comfortable, and that we are lifting up other women and not putting them down, taking a moment to recognize if somebody is in the corner and not feeling welcome, or they're feeling very self-conscious, to just let them know, like, I see you, you're welcome here, and you should be here. And I think, you know, the empowerment has to be so much more, and you know, and I feel like I win, right? Because I have three sons, and they're all extremely different personalities, and they like can't fathom that there are women out there that don't have a voice. But you know, they grew up with me, so they didn't really have a chance. But so I'm honored to be here today, you know, and it is incredible, and that's actually, I know a lot of people thought I was crazy for getting back into local politics. But you know, it's about empowerment and a voice. There are a lot of people in my district. I moved to South Davis almost 30 years ago. It's my first spot as a young mom, so I certainly wasn't welcome on campus. And I didn't feel comfortable in some of the other places because people can be pretty darn judgy. And so we're in South Davis, and College Town Commons is still there. And I remember when we first walked in, it was like, okay, this feels comfortable. The property manager made us feel comfortable. You know, my son, of course, ran out. In fact, he felt so comfortable that poor Catherine was called Koozie for a decade because he thought her name was Koozie because of jacuzzi, because there was a jacuzzi there. But it was that welcome feeling that was there. And I think it's important whenever we can is to extend that hand and think about, and now I look back and realize all those times I felt marginalized and judged and kind of pushed in the corner because I didn't have money, You know, we were married and young. I didn't start as a freshman, even though I was on academic scholarship. People weren't judging me as much as I thought they were. That's the beauty of reaching 50. And you're like, oh, all right, most people have all their own drama going on. Now, some were, because I know some of these people. They absolutely were judging. But on the whole, they weren't. And so I just want to part on that is I think the thing, you know, coming back full circle to women supporting women is it only takes a moment to be kind, and it only takes a moment to reach out a hand. And, you know, always finding a way to find something in common. And even if you find nothing more in common, just, hey, I'm glad you're here. So I'm glad you're all here. And thank you, Heather, for being such an inspiration always.